So in the last class, we have analyzed the singly reinforced beam. Singly reinforced beam means what? If the reinforcement is in the tension side only. Okay. So we have analyzed that beam. That means suppose this is the beam, and suppose we have provided reinforcement, main reinforcement I'm saying about at the bottom like this. Main reinforcement we have provided in the bottom. Then that is your singly reinforced beam. Though we have to provide some reinforcement in the compression side also to hold this stirrup, but the main reinforcement is provided at the bottom, and that beam is called your singly reinforced beam. Okay. Now, suppose what happened? The concrete cannot withstand the compressive force or compressive shear stress. The concrete alone cannot withstand the compressive shear stress. That means, suppose you can say your moment of resistance because of tension is suppose 200 kilonewton. I'm just giving you an example. Kilonewton per meter. And moment of resistance because of concrete, suppose 100 kilonewton per meter. Now, the beam has to carry a moment of suppose 150 kilonewton per meter. The beam has to carry a moment of 150 kilonewton per meter. Okay. Now, if this beam has to carry 150 kilonewton per meter, then we have to increase the moment carrying capacity of concrete, isn't it? Because this otherwise the beam will be failed by concrete failure, because the concrete can withstand up to 100 kilonewton per, it can resist up to 100 kilonewton per meter, but beam has to carry 150 kilonewton per meter. So what we can, so what we have to do, either we have to increase the moment carrying capacity of concrete. How we can increase? Moment of resistance because of concrete is how much? K FCK d square. This K is varied with respect to your grade of steel. For Fe415 it is how much? 0.138 FCK Vd square. These things we have derived, isn't it? So now, to increase the moment carrying capacity of the beam, how we can increase from this expression? By increasing the depth. This moment carrying capacity can also be increased by width. So rather increasing the width, we are increasing the depth because it is squared. This squared. This squared. Clear? Am I clear to you?
Yes,
Am I clear to you? So this moment carrying capacity can be increased by increasing the depth. Listen carefully. This is very important. Increasing depth, we can increase the moment carrying capacity. But if the depth is restricted, that means you cannot increase the depth. Now depth is restricted, that means you cannot increase the depth, and width also restricted. Then what is the possibility? We cannot increase the moment carrying capacity of concrete because only variable is what? These two. These two is the only variable. So if these two are restricted, width and depth is restricted, and we have to increase the moment carrying capacity of the concrete, then what we have to do? You have to design the beam for 150 kilonewton per meter, but moment carrying capacity of the concrete is this part. So if this beam has to carry this mass of concrete, this mass of moment, then you have to increase the moment carrying capacity of the concrete. Isn't it? Moment of carrying capacity of the concrete you have to increase. So for increasing moment carrying capacity, you have to increase the width and depth. Rather increasing the width, we have to increase depth. But you cannot increase the width and depth. That is restricted. Then what you have to do? Then what we have to do? We have to insert some reinforcement in the top also as a main reinforcement. We have to add some reinforcement at the compression zone also, because see, steel can carry both compression and tension, but concrete can carry only compression. We have neglected the tension carrying capacity of the concrete, but steel can carry both compression and tension force. So to increase the compression force, compression will occur at the top, suppose. To increase that, we have to insert some main reinforcement at the top also. So that's why we have to design the beam or analyze the beam in as a doubly reinforced beam in some cases. Clear why doubly reinforced beam is required?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Up to this much clear? So
yes, sir.
when it is required, when the number one, when the depth is restricted, when the depth is restricted and the moment that the beam has to carry is greater than moment capacity of the beam in concrete failure. Clear why doubly reinforced beam is required? Is it clear to you? First point.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So next point, suppose if a beam is simply support like this, then it will be bent. How it will be bent? It will be bent like this, isn't it? Now suppose the beam is like this. Most of the cases our beam are like this, fixed support. Our column are act as a fixed support, not the simply support. In that case, what happens? The moment diagram will be for fixed, and how it will look like? It will be like this. Again, suppose there is another beam here, continuous beam, suppose. So like this. So now see in this beam. In this beam, sign of the moment is sensed here. That means in this beam, for this portion, tension. But here, if you look like this, it changes its sign. That means at the support, tension occurred at the top fiber, but at the middle portion, tension occurred at the bottom fiber. At the support, tension occurred at the top fiber, isn't it? Here, tension occur here. This is your tension here, tension side. But in this case here tension is this side. Again, tension is this side. So in this way, momentum sign is changing here. So in that case, what we have to do? We have to provide reinforcement at both top and bottom. We have to provide reinforcement at the top also to resist this moment, to resist this tension side. And similarly, you have to provide reinforcement at the bottom also to resist this tension. Clear? So number 2, when it is required doubly reinforced beam, where the bending moment at this section can change in sign. Clear? For these two conditions, we have to provide reinforcement at the bottom as well as top also, and that is called your doubly reinforced beam. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is a beam, suppose. This is a beam. This is a doubly reinforced beam. This is your tension side reinforcement and this is your compression side reinforcement. This is your total AST and this is your AFC. AFC is the reinforcement at the compression side. This beam, how we will analyze? First of all, we will form a balance section. Balance section. This is a balance section. And singly reinforced balance section. This is singly reinforced balance section. This is a singly reinforced balance section. So this is suppose AST1. I am not providing whole AST here. I will provide the AST required for a balance section. This is a singly reinforced balance section and the reinforcement provided is AST1. Now next what we will do? Now we will have a doubly reinforced section. Doubly reinforced section will provide, this is AST, that with this AST. Reinforcement provided at the compression side, now we will provide this. To see, if we are providing reinforcement at the top, then we have to provide reinforcement at the bottom. Okay. Because of this reinforcement at the top, there is some compression force, isn't it? To balance that, we have to provide some reinforcement at the bottom also. That is your AST2. Clear? Am I clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, again, I am explaining in a different way. This is a singly reinforced balance section. So, suppose moment has to carry up to 150 kilonewton per meter. This, but this singly reinforced balance section by this formula, what? Suppose this is MOR because of concrete is how much? KFCK PD squared. And by this formula, it can carry up to 100. Clear? So this section will carry 100 kilonewton per meter. Clear? Up to this much clear? This is a singly reinforced ballet section. For this corresponding 100 kilonewton per meter, this is the reinforcement AST1. If you know the moment, we can calculate the AST1, isn't it? Now the remaining 50, to carry the remaining 50 moment, we are providing AST, this mass of AST. Clear? Am I clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
To balance this, again we have to provide AST2 amount of reinforcement. That means your AST is equal to AST1 plus AST2. Clear? Am I clear to you now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
it is very important. That's why I'm explaining the things. When we are going to analyze, then you may confuse why I'm doing this. That's why I'm analyzing. Thus, see whether you have some confusion or not. If you don't have any confusion, then I'll move further. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So now we'll analyze the doubly reinforced beam. Analysis of doubly reinforced beam. So this is a beam. This is top reinforcement. These are the bottom reinforcement. This is your neutral axis. So for this beam, I'll draw the strain diagram. So this is strain at steel side, and this is how much? In concrete side, strain is how much? Maximum strain? What is the maximum strain in concrete side?
Sir, sigma AST.
Huh?
1.5, sir.
What? How much?
1.5.
1.5 is the factor of safety for concrete. Maximum strain is 0.0035. Okay. Now, if we am drawing stress diagram, stress diagram. This is your tension. This is your compression. See now, this distance is suppose D. How I am going to assert this? D effective depth, clear cover, D dash, suppose this is D1 dash. Okay, this is your capital small d effective depth. Effective depth, small d. Now, in compression side, we'll get two compressive force, isn't it? Now, in compression side, we'll get two compressive force. One because of your concrete and another because of your what? Steel. Now we are providing steel in the compression side also. Clear? So in compression side, now we are getting two compressive force. One because of your what? Concrete, which will act at a distance, how much? 0.42, isn't it? At a distance 0.42 it will act, Cc, compressive force because of concrete, and one because of what? Compressive force because of steel, Cs, and this distance is how much? D dash, D1 dash. It will act at a distance D1 dash from the top because this is your steel distance at the center. Clear? Am I clear to you now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir, I have wrong here. Your the effective depth is from the top fiber, not from the center of this. Effective depth is from the top fiber. So now, compressive force C, capital C, the total compressive force. Total force in compression is how much? Cc plus now Cs, isn't it? Cc plus Cs. Cc is equal to how much? You will get by this expression K FCK Vd squared. From this expression you will get Cc. But CS from where you have to find out? You have to find out from the stress strain curve. That means this is how much? 0.0035. For this steel, suppose at a distance d dash, it is suppose at a distance d dash, this is at a distance d dash, this distance d1 dash, not d dash, d1 dash. Suppose this is strain is epsilon s, sc. Strain this because of the concrete. This neutral axis depth is suppose x. So from similar triangle, that means what? First of all, we will find out the strain at this level. What is the strain at this level? And from this strain, we will find out stress corresponding to that strain from stress strain curve. I will show you that stress strain curve. That stress strain curve already I have already shown in the last class also. Today also I will show you how to find out. First, to find out the compressive force, just remember, to find out the compressive force in steel, first we have to determine the strain for that steel. After calculating the strain, we have to calculate stress for that corresponding strain. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So to calculate this from similar triangle, what we will get? 0.0035 by D is equal to how much? epsilon SC by x minus b, isn't it? So epsilon SC is equal to 0.0035. This is d dash, huh? d1 dash. 1 minus d1 dash x minus d1 dash by x, isn't it? Am I clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So after calculating this strain from here, I'll show you. Just wait. I'll say IS capacity. Visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
after calculating this strain, this is the strain side. You have to calculate this stress. Suppose your strain is 0.003. Suppose your strain is 0.003 here. Then what you have to do? You have to say 0.003 corresponding what will be the stress, this much. So 0.85 Fy. Clear? Am I
Yes,
clear
sir.
to you? So in this way, after
Yes, sir.
calculating this strain, you have to calculate the stress from this stress strain curve. Am I clear to you now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Visible whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
For
Yes, sir.
analyzing the beam, number one step is what? First, what you have to do? Calculate MU. MU means moment of resistance for concrete failure. As they singly reinforce. Reinforce beam. ME1, that is. ME1 is equal to K FCK BD square. That means K means for Fe415 it is 0.138 FCK BD square or Fe415. It is 0.133 FCK BD square or Fe500 and 0.149 FCK BD square or Fe250. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next step, next step is what? Determine the balance steel required. How will determine by balance steel required? By this expression. All these things we have discussed. H7. Today I will upload the video of last classes, RCC classes. I could not upload because my storage was full. So I'll delete all these video today. Okay, I'll delete all these video, previous videos, and after that I'll upload all this. 0.87 Fy AST1 is equal to 0.36 FCK Bx. That means what? Tensile force is equal to your compressive force. So from this expression, you can find out AST1 equal to 0.36 FCK Bxu by 0.87 Fy AST1.
Sir, AST1 was already brought to the left side, no, sir?
Sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Thank you. 0.87 Fy. We have to find out AST1. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, determine the stress in the compression steel. Next, what you have to find out. No, Up to this much clear? Next step is your determine stress in compression steel. How you can find out stress in compression steel? Stress in compression steel, CSC, is equal to FSC into ASC. Clear? FSC into ASC. I am analyzing the beam. Analyzing the beam means I know what is ASC. That means suppose this is the section. This is the stage for analyzing a beam. This is the section. This steel and these steels are given. Depth is given and width is given. This is your ASC. This is your AST. Both are given. We have to analyze. That means we have to find out how much moment that this beam carry. Clear? So AST I know. I have to calculate FSC. How I can calculate FSC? How I can calculate FSC? Thus I have shown you.
From this strain curve.
Yes, stress strain curve. First of all, we have to calculate strain, and after calculating this strain, we will calculate stress. And from that stress strain curve, we are getting this FSC value. And FSC into ASC is how much? Your total compression steel force because of the compression steel. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Then moment will
Yes,
be
sir.
how much? Moment will be CSC into Z dash. But this Z dash this is different. This Z dash is CSC, this is CC, and this Z that is this much. Z dash. Z dash means what? Your how much? D minus D dash. Isn't it? Vivaram, previously this is different. This Z dash different. Z dash is what? Z is equal to D minus 0.42x. Isn't it? Z is equal to D minus 0.42x. But Z dash is equal to D minus D dash. So CS compressive force this is due to compression steel into Z dash is your MU. This term is MU2. Clear? Because of compressive steel, this much moment can carry. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how much moment in the compression side then? Compression failure then? MUC. Next step, I'll just wait. Next step is number 5. Find total MU or compression failure. That means equal to MUC is how much? Can anybody tell me? The first moment that we have calculated, ME1, moment because of the concrete failure, plus MU2. MU2 is just now we have calculated the moment because of compression steel. These two are in the compression side, isn't it? So this is the total moment carrying capacity in compression side. Clear? So next step is your, we know AST2, AST1, that means steel corresponding to balance section. So AST2 we require. A total AST is given. This much is given. AST, total AST in the W reinforcing in the tension side, and AST is given. First, we have to calculate separately because one is for singly reinforced beam and another is for doubly reinforced beam. We have already calculated AST1 from the balance section. Now, reinforcement in the tension side in the doubly reinforced beam is how much? AST minus AST1. Am I clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
now, moment, total moment in tension side. Total moment in tension side is how much? MUT is equal to ME1, that is the same for the balance section, first one, plus how much? AST2, 0.87 Fy AsP2. This is the stress into lever arm B minus V dash. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is the moment in the compression side total. This is the moment in the compression side MUC, and this is the moment in the tension side. So now, out of these two, the lesser one is the moment carrying capacity of the beam. Why lesser one? Because that will fail fast. That much moment we can give. Then that means clear.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So today I will upload all these videos. You just go through these videos and make your note so that we can solve problem in the next class.